room smells kind of funny.
I shower.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I know why.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back. I look over there and I smell. Wait a minute. It's the delicious smell of Omaha Steaks.
Son of a.
The Omaha Steaks sports desk, Chick McGee. Okay, there's our engineer. He's the legend himself, Ace Cosby.
Hello, friends.
Over there at the soon-to-be-named sidekick desk, it's Josh Arnold.
Hi.
This is Tom speaking, the lady of the house, and she is wearing black today.
Yes, I knew better after yesterday.
Yeah, it's Christy Lee at the Navy Federal Credit Union News Desk. Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I can't help but notice in the interview loft, having just entered the room with a beautiful white snake. Is that a mid-sleeve T-shirt? That's very
Baseball
nice.
jersey.
It's Donnie Baker. Hey, Donnie, how are you?
How you doing, Tom?
I'm doing great. Good to see you,
my
sir.
My cousin Lonnie's a silk screener, and we had some of these made.
Are they properly licensed?
Well, no, we don't have to get into a court date over it, but yeah, he made them from scratch, and he made these. He's a good silk screener. I probably know more about imported inks on 50/50 fabric than anybody I know.
Oh.
And he made. You can see you can put the tongue on a snake.
Yeah.
A 4-color. That's just probably $30 shirt if you used to do it, wholesale. But he made them right from his yard.
Nice.
Swear to God.
And the tongue is nice and red.
It is, and I wore it because Christy Lee swears to God she used to do David Coverdale's hair.
No, I did it one time.
Well, then you did his hair, Christy. If you go to Paris, you'd say, I've been to the Far East. You don't just say.
That's right.
Thank you for wearing that.
You blew
What?
dry. What's the phrase? Did you not blow dry David
I
Coverdale's
did. Ace was there. He's a witness.
hair? Okay.
Yes, it was. Kinky. Oh, boy.
Is that?
Yeah, it was kinky,
Did I
boy.
get the grammar right?
I blew dry his hair.
Yes, past
Blow-dried?
tense. Yeah, I'm not sure. But
I don't know.
As long as
I
we
don't
get the
know.
word blow in there, it's funny.
Sounds to me like she won free tickets.
No.
Okay, well, Donnie, it's good to see you. I know that Donnie's on the road. It's a lot of adventures for Donnie Baker this summer.
Where's the kid?
I'm out in the car, Christy, but I left the air on. What, do you think I'm a bad parent?
Oh, he's already out of camp?
Yeah, I thought Wolfie was in camp this week.
He was till he got escorted out.
Oh, no.
Thinks you're bad.
Just like his dad. No. Don't you dare go there.
Did you ever play that game, Mumblety-Peg?
Mumblety-Peg.
Anybody?
No, because I don't play with knives.
Is that where you spread your hand out and put the knife in between your fingers?
Or
Is
your
that
feet?
Mumblety-Peg?
Yeah.
Or your feet.
You heave a knife back. No, I'm the only one.
Mumblety-Peg?
I don't think that's
You know-
Mumblety-Peg.
You know,
but
Mr.
I-
Safety.
Yeah. Is this the same guy who sprays aerosol onto his gas flame to
Right.
make it go
What is afraid of any germ
in
that
front
might
of the
be
kids?
around.
It's a cool. You burn them off. It's a cool magic trick. Yeah. Maybe we played Mumblety-Peg the wrong way. Learned a new phrase yesterday. I'm very proud of. But first, I want to mention Donnie's forthcoming live appearances. Helium this weekend in Indy, but then it's Hartford's Funny Bone coming up August 7th. The 8th, Albany Funny, but it's a Funny Bone tour. The Syracuse Funny Bone, August 9th and 10th. And then Flora, Illinois, coming up at Johnny and June's. Now, that's a very rare reunion show with the Pork Pistols. That's very impressive. And then it's Highland Woods and Vincennes, Bowling Green, all coming up on the Donnie Baker schedule. You'll find, of course, Donnie on the internet. Now, I can't imagine you operating any equipment. Do you have someone at the shop that helps you do your internet stuff?
I go to the library, and if the library don't have internet, then I'm after their own friends. Library's got internet on like 15 computers. There's no way.
Do you like to get the ones that are, do you wipe them down before you set it at the
No,
library
I'm not
computer?
you, Tom. No, I don't need a Clorox wipe to find, Pornhub. No, it doesn't take me that long. In the library, and you click the mouse and you type in where you want to go.
That's right. You've got that down. Now, Chick McGee has stated earlier in the show that we are kind of light in the realm of sports news this morning.
Well, here's openers.
That's our
You're
opener.
opening with that?
World Championships of Pogo Stick Jumping
Oh, jeez. All right.
took place in Pittsburgh last weekend. The event is known as, Pogo Palooza. Extreme pogo stick athletes from around the world competed for world titles in such categories as high jump, which is the highest jump.
On a pogo stick.
On a pogo stick.
Yeah, but now,
and best
Do
trick.
you have to jump over something?
Yes, Christy has a good question. Do you have to get
Or
up
is it
and
just
over a bar, or is it just
straight up?
the highest you can get?
I think it's a bar.
Okay.
This story isn't really that extensive.
Do you have to land on
exciting.
See, he said it was a light sports day.
It's not really.
I didn't know it was this light.
Yeah, it's not really much.
I have Mumblety-Peg rules we can get to.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Now that's Mumbly-Peg's a sport, I think. Yeah.
Now, were there prizes at the pogo stick?
It's a sport as much as Pogo Palooza is. I don't know, Tom.
Okay.
Keep asking me questions you know I don't know the answer. That's professional
It
broadcasting.
He
sounds like
loves
kind of a
that.
smaller sport.
It does, yeah.
So I'm guessing the pogo stick championship check bounce.
Check, I
the
feel
check,
you.
The check bounce.
You feel me, Donnie?
Yeah, every morning he treats you like Bob Lee. He wants you to go outside the lines.
Every damn morning.
Break off discussion groups over pogo.
What kind of pogo stick? What's the manufacturer? The best pogo sticks in the world?
It's a good
And
question.
how much are they?
Yeah, what are they? What is it, Tom?
I don't know. Is it,
Oh, you don't know?
Maybe
Huh? Why would I
Pogo's
ask
a
you that?
brand like Kleenex or Xerox.
No,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
Is it?
Or Frisbee. Isn't that
Okay,
a brand?
I just found the Pogo Palooza. Wow, here's a guy upside down. This looks extreme.
Or they just printed the picture wrong.
Oh, could be.
Rotate 45 degrees.
I'm looking at the audience, Christy.
Yes?
Come here and look at this. How would you describe that crowd? If you have 10 seconds, you can count all of them.
Yeah.
Not really.
Lord.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks like, there's no one there.
Wow, you can get pogo sticks up into the thousands of dollars.
All right.
You go upside down on a pogo stick?
Yeah.
Where you land, a wheelchair? There's no other option. I swear to God.
My concern would be landing.
Yeah.
The pogo
kidding.
stick.
Yeah, this does look pretty dangerous. This
The
isn't.
Vertago V4 Pro, that's the best pogo stick, apparently.
No kidding? Well, what's
Jumps
the
up
price
to
point
10
on it?
feet.
What's the price
10
point on it?
feet?
You can jump over a backboard.
Yeah.
Well,
Does it guarantee that anyone can go up to 10 feet?
Well, I don't know if they guarantee it, Josh.
and now here's Tom.
It'll
to
set
say
you back.
something.
Let's see.
Not going to say anything. I'll just mention Sir Isaac Newton, gravity, physics. There's certain restrictions. Although remember, 1,000 pounds of chicken feathers weighs the same as 1,000 pounds of iron.
Oh, this one's
I don't
only
think that's true at all.
$430.
Thanks, Tom.
Okay, well, let's move on. That's it for sports? Just the Pogo Stick Championship?
No, evidently Jeannie Buss, the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers, calls in a memo leaked to fans yesterday. She has called Steve Ballmer Balls, B-A-L-L-Z. That's her nickname for him. I'm not sure why, but you remember Steve Ballmer from yesterday.
I have these notes, but I gotta say I'm just fired up to be here today.
Now, we
Pretty
all
cool.
noticed.
Pretty damn cool.
He's introducing Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, and we noticed the similarity between Mr. Ballmer
I have these notes, but I gotta say I'm just fired up to be here today.
and Matt Foley.
First off, I am 35 years old. I am thrice divorced.
Thrice?
And I live in a van down by the river.
The greatest, the late, great Chris Farley. And you were saying, though, that bit for SNL was written by...
Bob Odenkirk. Yeah, back in they would do it back in Second City live, and then they took it to Saturday Night Live.
And
Wow.
let
But his...
Farley do
Ballmer's
it.
friends must have told him that you sound like you're a joke.
In this
Man, they have to have.
In this sports story, he is referred to as Los Angeles Clippers owner and shrieking enthusiast. Steve Ballmer is very excited these days because he signed Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. There we go.
Okay. All right. Well,
And the other big sports story this morning, Tom Brady is a man with many interests. He's dreamy. He has a wife that at one time was an Afghan hound and is now taken human form.
Giselle.
But Jizzy,
I think it's Jizzy.
he's
It's more of a
42 years
Z
old.
than a J.
and he's announced a new partnership with Swiss luxury watch brand IWC Schnaufhausen.
Oh, all right.
That's SCHAFFHAUSEN.
Those are really nice watches.
In late June, after previously serving as a brand ambassador for Tag Heuer. As part of his new role, the Patriots quarterback did an interview revealing, I've been collecting watches for 22 years, and yes, it can be very expensive, but
T-Mux.
it's very fun, and I have an appreciation of the beauty of it. I'm just learning more all the time. The greatest, some would say the greatest quarterback of all time, was also asked if he'd ever consider designing a fashion collection, to which Brady mysteriously replied, I don't know what the future holds. I have several things in the works that I can't talk about now.
Oh,
Oh, such a dick. I think Drew Bledsoe's is better, and I'll say Righteous Face.
really?
Drew Bledsoe is better
He
than
is
Tom Brady.
better. Tom
Discuss.
Brady looks like he headbangs the collective soul in a Prius and wears boat shoes to all occasions. Sort of dick goes to a bar, orders Blue Moons with extra oranges.
Here's a windbag. Tell Tom throwing the knife at someone's feet or stabbing in between their fingers is not Mumblety-Peg. Mumblety-Peg is where you take a two-bladed jackknife or pocket knife, depending on what you call it, hold it by your ear with the blades half open and try to get it to flip and stick in the ground.
Well, yeah, we would do that, but then you try to have it not hit your buddy's foot.
Yeah,
in a
that's
certain way, kind of like calling your shot while playing horse and basketball.
the way that man is describing it is not mentioned in the Wikipedia at all. So he should add that.
And this guy says there's an episode of the Andy Griffith Show where Barney plays Mumblety-Peg.
Gotcha.
In this way.
Yeah, this overview has Tom's. Where
The
you,
way we did it, the idea was to get as close as you could to your buddy's foot without stabbing it.
right.
It was an idiotic thing to do. I don't want to mention the fact that at one point I did have to get stitches as a kid.
There's a safer version.
Really?
There's a real
Where'd it
because of
land?
Mumblety-Peg.
Where'd it land?
we were.
No, or did they just say to hell with it and stab you?
it was
just based on.
Let's see. It
just
was,
based on general,
This knuckle right here, left hand, this finger. I sliced the knuckle more or less off, screwing around with
The
it.
rules here say that if you throw the knife into your own foot,
Yes.
you automatically win.
Yep, that's got that. Those are the correct rules.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah.
I sliced the knuckle off.
They sewed it back on. It was
What
it
a
was-
liar!
No, I've still got the stitch marks. You can still see 'em.
Just the top. He just shaved the skin off of it.
And then he
No,
has this other story that
They
he
had to
tells
stitch it on. No, it was like a big flap, and they had
Right.
to put it. And they had to put the stitches.
Didn't you cut
around.
the tip of your finger off one time?
Oh,
Isn't that you?
absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Here we go.
Oh yeah, there's a pin in my finger.
A pin in your finger.
because the tip of the bone came off, and yeah,
Oh.
seriously, this one right here.
How'd you do that?
Picking up a beach chair or a pool chair.
Oh, just pinched it right off.
Yeah, it was awful. Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah, that does sound.
Sunday
Sure, it sounds
Sunday
terrible. I don't
morning.
think it happened.
Oh.
And what was really interesting, the hand surgeon that came in, the guy that was on call, he came in and he goes, "Look, when they called me, I was at a party. I'd had a beer. I'm drunk, so you're going to be okay, but I'm going to go do something else. I'll be back in 2 hours." Totally serious.
All right.
I just want to make sure that he was 100% sober. And yes, sir. You do whatever you want, buddy.
You
Is
hear
the
this chick, he's bragging like he's in Black Hawk Down or something.
Yeah, like he was in country and being shot at.
Hamburger Hill, Tom.
Yeah, sorry, Hamburger Hill.
Now,
Tom
a
Griswold.
chick-
Do you have
Give it-
war injuries, Donnie?
You wait a minute, Christy. Trust me, I'll go into combat with you.
Well, Donnie's quite familiar with suturing
Yes.
because, after a session with Donnie, many of the ladies need.
Well, you remember
Right.
Donnie.
He's speaking the truth.
No, he's not.
Part of him has to
No,
ride in the
he's
baby
not.
seat. You remember that.
If we do it in the parking lot, it has to be within 40 yards of a Joanne Fiber.
Oh, jeez.
Donnie, they call him the episiotomy man.
That's right.
You've had stitches. You've had stitches before, chicks. You got a bunch of them in your chest, right? They still-
Those were staples,
staples?
technically, but yeah, I guess stitches are the same thing.
yeah. Christy, you ever had any stitches?
No, I don't
Didn't they
think
sew you? Oh no, that was both C-section, both kids.
Oh, I had a C-section. Yeah, the
There you
first
go.
one.
They stitch you up.
Or the second one.
They use crazy glue.
I don't know how they did it, but I have a very, very nice scar. He did a wonderful
Was
job.
the first baby right down the Erie Canal?
Yeah,
Is that
right down there.
Oh, wow. The old Canyon of Heroes.
Yeah, the old Northwest Baby Cave, as Bob would say.
Oh, I did
The
have
old water
stitches.
flume?
I did a kitchen knife incident right here.
Yeah, well-
But I think he butterflied it with those little.
Mine wasn't a kitchen knife. It was I believe it was if memory serves, a rather sharp dagger that I was playing with constantly.
Now it's a dagger.
I don't really like blood very
Had
much.
it was kind of a hunting knife.
I stay away from stuff like that.
There's
No,
a safer version of, what is it, Mumblety-Peg?
Mumblety-Peg?
Mumblety-Peg.
It starts off, the original version, I guess, is you throw the knife as deep as you can into the dirt, and then the other person has to try to get it out with their teeth.
Oh,
No, we never did that.
That sounds.
Nice.
It's in a
what
Mark
is it about
Twain.
me that sounds kind of sexual?
I hate medieval times.
I have been told that Pat, you and Donnie have worked out a song.
Yeah. Did a little rehearsal just now. It's going to be great.
Oh, very nice.
Well, do you want Donnie to come over there and sing it for you?
Yeah, Donnie, you want to come over?
Yeah, I can. This is based on basically off how hit music sex nowadays. Like out of nowhere, Billy Ray Cyrus comes out of retirement, and then his daughter, Miley Ray Cyrus. And she was in the news. Did you hear her make headlines? She don't want to have no babies. She won't procreate because she won't bring a kid into the world cause climate change.
Right.
The Earth can't handle it.
Yeah, I ain't going to reproduce because the Earth. I wish Billy Ray had felt the same about that.
That would have been nice to catch that 30 so years ago.
So Donnie is getting up from his perch, and walking over to the music
Mom,
corner.
I can't get the pork sword behind the hallway.
Okay, sorry.
Please.
The hell?
Yeah, I'm going to take my boat down to Del Hollow. I'm going to slide down the ramp and go. I'm going to take my boat down to Del Hollow. Slide down the ramp and go. I'm headed toward divorce, so I'm staying the course. Going to need a bigger boat because I'm swimming in whores. I swear to God, this is how it goes. Forgot the second verse, so you gotta stall.
Look out your phone. We'll take it down the old boat road.
Yeah.
Well, we'll be doing this again in 20 minutes.
Gun and now I'm calking.
Calking.
Pop that tower, drop a mud falcon. Like Peter North, I'm nuttin'. I swear to God. And like Peter North, I'm nuttin'. I swear to God.
That's enough, though.
Oh, yeah, stop right there. Okay. A little Peter North made an appearance.
Yeah, sure. He's
Famed,
Sort of Mud
known for
Falcon,
his
did you know that?
phonograph
volume.
What?
Mud Falcon made it in there.
Yeah.
I was very pleased.
Yeah.
Our new word, Mud
Yeah.
Falcon,
Good job.
made it into the. Now, I know
I get a logo from
you're
Mud
something.
Falcon.
You're something of an ornithologist. I know in the side, comedian Scott Henry. And are you familiar with the Mud Falcon?
I am not.
You're probably better off.
I don't think the Audubon Society has picked up on.
Mud Falcon is an unfortunate word.
word we learned.
Do you think Audubon would sketch one if we could find one in the wild?
in the sphere of lingo, if you will, when you work in you're an actor and a comedian. I'm sure that there's a lot of showbiz lingo.
Yeah.
Words that only people in showbiz probably know. For example, I'll give you here's a quick craft services.
Yes. Yes,
In
that's the,
showbiz, that's the caterer.
I always thought
That's
they
the
always
caterer.
just had mac and cheese.
unless you shoot a movie at the Wynn, like we did for Mall Cop 2, then it's Steve Wynn goes, there's going to be no craft services. You will be eating our food.
Oh.
And then you just say, okay.
But see, that's lingo. That's it's inside talk. Not everybody would know what it would be. But in the world of men and women who climb radio towers, which is a very scary thing to do. They get real high. They change the bulbs. They paint them, and they're up there for long periods of time. They can't go all the way to the bottom if nature calls. A mud falcon is the result of a serious intestinal transaction at a high altitude.
Yeah, my original instinct on that was I was going to say that reminds me somewhat of when a hippopotamus, drops a 2-ball and it flickers it with its tail. And then that for some reason that visual came right to my
I
head.
like the phrase 2-ball.
Thanks, Scott. We're hearing that now.
Push one through the hoop, you know what I mean?
I'm hoping Donnie can incorporate that.
I think that's a hippo's version of a hit and run. Because you got to send the runner first, then you swing at it.
Yeah.
There you go. Thank you very much. Now, Scott, you have moved from Hollywood to the beautiful Lexington, Kentucky.
Love it.
And that's an interesting move. Everything going well there?
Everything's great, man. We're just
Now, the we is you and...
Catherine.
I know that, but is she... Have you gotten married?
we are actually getting married August 3rd.
Oh, terrific.
So next week. After 17
Are you
years.
having a big wedding? Or?
No, only about 50 people out
so
in
I
Northern
guess we
California.
were 51, 52, 53.
Yeah, we barely.
We had to
It's,
cut it off somewhere.
Yeah,
Of course, yeah.
Well, you know,
We get it. No,
it
we
was
get
all
it.
budget. It was all budget.
Sure.
We're like, nope. It's amazing how many people you can
Is
ixnay
her
when it comes to money.
family, do they live in Japan still, or are they?
No. Her family actually lived in Hawaii forever, and like her grandmother, she did some research, and like her grandparents had to have that little certificate to walk around because if they got, if they were arrested or if they were pulled, she would be arrested if she didn't have that certificate. But I'll never forget when I asked my dad. I called home to my dad because my father, I'd always have to warn him if I brought someone home that wasn't, a a total whitey white. And I was like, Dad, she's her name's Catherine. She's from Northern California. She's Japanese. And he goes, Japanese? Well, at least she won't break down on you. And he's right. She's been very reliable.
17 years. She's still going strong.
Yeah. But, the thing about her, too, is after 17 years, she finally decided to get married because it was her, And I didn't know why she didn't want to get married. I mean, what self-respecting Ivy League educated woman doesn't want to make a lifelong commitment to a learning disabled comic in his 50s and no backup plan? What's her problem? So
she's had a lot of TV time.
Yeah.
She is, how can I word this? She's in a commercial, the one with the Statue of Liberty in the background.
Liberty Mutual.
For 3 years she had that.
Where the kid's calling up and she's on the phone.
Yeah, and he's like, Dad, I know how to use a lug wrench. Right.
Boy,
So
that
ran forever.
Yeah.
It was the most run TV commercial, I think, in 2017. And that was the gift that kept giving.
Yeah,
it was a wonderful thing.
Is there going to be a sequel?
No, now they changed up, but it was great while it ran, and
Do you know what the longest running commercial was for a long time?
I know this.
Go ahead.
Calgon.
Yep. And remember the and it
Ancient Chinese secret.
Ancient Chinese secret. Boy, they wouldn't run that one today.
Nope.
No.
Somewhat inappropriate. Hey, stereotypical Asian person doing laundry.
Yeah. Well, it's funny that happened to be the longest running because you had Catherine's who ran the most, and this is the Asian culture, and she doesn't go against us. Catherine has a genius IQ. I don't know if you know anybody that smart, but that and common sense doesn't always merge up. And she's such a Jenny do-gooder. Like, this girl sees the dark side of nothing. I was getting a new computer, and she goes, oh, honey, there's this great program where you can donate your old laptop to the grade school. Like, yeah, and maybe you come visit me in prison. Who says something like that?